hate my life. Where's the goddamn song? Can't find our theme song. There it is. April the 4th, 2019, and I'm Eric, talking at you as always from beautiful downtown Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, where I didn't have time to think of an intro because I don't know how to do a podcast.
Well, you do. It's just your phone doesn't know how to cooperate.
I have no idea what I'm doing. It's just badness all the time. Welcome everybody to the show. How you doing tonight, Gord?
I'm doing good, my friend. How you doing? Aside from, shitty with the phone.
I was having a good day. The crazy girl that I was attempting to date is insane, and the lies she makes up are just monumental, so I don't think that's going to work out real good. I got to spend some time with my insanely hot boss this afternoon. That's always a good time. I showed her some of my music, and she liked it.
Nice.
And then I came here, and my life fell apart.
Thought this was supposed to be the one place where it's supposed to be that safety net of, goodness.
The podcast that's what this podcast is supposed to be for me, but it's not. I do have new sound effects for us that I know is going to make James immensely happy.
Hey, it's off to you, buddy.
I have to start with an apology because he is correct. They are insanely loud when you listen to the recording. So I'm going to attempt to fix that tonight. Now I've just noticed that all my brand new ones, they don't tell me what they are. They're just numbered. So they're going to be pretty random.
Oh boy, this will work out very, very humorously.
I had a plan. I still have a plan.
That was pretty good, actually. Were you able to hear that?
No, not at all.
That's one more time, just for Gord. Oops. Sorry.
I had a plan. I still have a plan.
You know what I think? We should get some clips of Nicolas Cage clips. I think they'll always go over well.
That's a good idea. Nicolas Cage is always a good idea. I'm saying that that's only half sarcastic. Alright, I didn't have a tremendous amount of time to see what's going on in the world today. I did see that President Trump has backed off on the border wall. He's not going to shut down the border anymore. He's just going to put tariffs on cars made in Mexico.
Sure, okay.
Because you can't shut down a border. You just can't do that.
Well, I'm sure he'll find a way to do it.
Oh, good. I'm making you echo, too. My God.
Yeah, I can actually hear that echo now.
Yeah, that was terrible. I'm an idiot. I don't know. I'm sick of this guy. I'm sick of this story. I'm sick of NAFTA. I'm sick of all of it. It's just what it, I think we said it all last night.
Sick of
NAFTA, yeah. The
I was thinking Napster for a second. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I never even got to use Napster.
I never used it once ever.
It was gone before I even knew what really torrents and crap like that were. So
I know what they are now because I've been doing some tremendous amount of downloading.
Looking into it, but not downloading them illegally himself.
Actually, I am using legal sites to do it.
What a homo.
Yeah, but it's still free, so I don't care.
That's cool.
Looks good.
But I got a justification for this. So there's anybody listening that's a government regulator that wants to jump down my fucking throat, go fuck your mother.
Objection!
That being said, I say I can't even tell you how much money I've spent on albums and like records and tapes and CDs and DVDs and concerts and concert features. And I have spent my fucking fair share of thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of fucking dollars. I've earned my right to download whatever the fuck I want for free at this stage.
Now let me ask you this though. Did you ever order KTEL records for a penny and not pay for them?
Was it Columbia House?
Columbia House, I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I did, but I always ended up fucking it up. I get the initial order, then I never fulfilled the order. Like, I get my initial pen and then never buy the one you're supposed to after that.
Well, of course, everybody did.
Yeah.
I sent them to 3 or 4 of my neighbors as well. So I'd end up with like 40 or 50. I just have to check their mailboxes before they got home.
Yeah,
Kids
I
don't
got
know.
into competition with a buddy of mine. Hey, Rich, about who would end up owning the most CDs. And the rules that we initially sort of set, well, not that we set any major rules, because he cheaped out and he ended up discovering the Columbia House first. And I didn't know about it. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get so many fucking albums so far? Like, I was up to like 700. And all of a sudden he's at over like 1,200. I'm like, how the fuck did you get so many? And he's like, Columbia House. I'm like, you're a dick. That's cheating.
It kind of is.
I'm getting 10 for the price of one. That's not fair. I'm paying full pop for every fucking one. You're a dick. But he won, so what am I going to say?
Yeah. That's funny. I never had any competition like that. I never cared. I never competed much when I was young.
I didn't do much for necessarily competing. Like, you know, like I played sports, but it's not like I played well enough or hard enough to consider myself a competitor.
I love it. That's in the dictionary. From now on, you're a competitor.
I'm a competitor. There was my big gleaming moment of fame was actually with Rich when we were in grade 8, and our teacher did a music trivia. So everybody was in like groups of 3 or 4, and it was just myself and Rich in our own little group. And needless to say, nobody got an answer because we knew everything.
Yeah. I actually got my ass handed to me in the 9th grade because I called out a kid for plagiarizing a Doors song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he copied the Doors song for a poem. And I was like, that's a Doors song. And then after school, he beat the shit out of me.
Aw, sore fucking loser.
That sucked. That was my introduction to being a rat, I guess.
You're so full of shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was just like, dude, you didn't write that. I didn't know that was like ratting.
That's frustrating.
Oh, I knew better now. Don't steal songs, kids.
And if you are, call yourself an 80s rapper.
Exactly.
Do it right.
Clone High had it best when JFK was describing that.
Yeah.
And he said, it's where you take a part of a song and you sing over it. I call it song taking.
That sounds like something you would say.
That was a good show. So what else is going on in the world? I really don't know, and I'm not sure that I care.
There is something I kind of want to discuss, but I actually want to have somewhat of a serious discussion about that.
Okay, please do. We haven't done that in a while.
I know. So, my mind has been convoluted with a whole bunch of bullshit about this global warming.
Right, as have all of ours.
There's true evidence on both sides of the paper for that.
There is, yes.
One of the big ones lately is that NASA has released information showing that one of the glaciers is actually starting to regrow.
Okay.
The water is actually thickening up, and it's starting to solidify, and it's actually starting to come back.
Sure.
So let's go through this for a moment. So, global warming is a basic premise that we are, as humans, destroying the Earth, raising the climate, possibility of there ever being another ice age, which is what regulates and controls the temperature of the planet, correct?
I guess. I didn't know we were eliminating the possibility. I just thought we were hastening it or whatever.
Well, as of like one of the last big things that came out was the fact that we will never see another ice age again in human history.
Well,
that was
okay.
one of the big things they said, but that's supposed to be really terrible news.
I always took that to just be because humans aren't going to last that long, but...
Well, it's supposed to happen every 50,000 years, and we're supposed to be up for one within the next, within the next few hundred, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 1,000 years. I think we're getting close to when we're supposed to end the next one.
I'll ask Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he should know.
He was in that movie. Anyway,
yeah.
Carry on.
So here's the thing, though. When you start looking at everything from as a strict factual point of view,
oh, that's dangerous.
it is. You've got. Here's what I don't understand. Right? I mean, you got climate deniers all over the fucking place. Sure. So here's the thing. If you look at the very basics of this, which is since humans have been doing the Industrial Revolution, which has been running around for the past, what? A few hundred years?
I say basically Canada, yeah, say 400 years, that's good.
Say 400 years. So for the last 400 years, we've produced a tremendous amount of pollution and everything. So let's just look at the basic facts. So we've got...
Some of us more than others, Sarah McLachlan.
Right? You evil bitch. You've got people that are, as humans, as a species, we've eliminated forests, we've dropped the water levels in certain areas and risen in other areas, we've decimated the fish population, we've decimated the animal population, we are burning through what's called these natural resources. Now, that's on its own separate topic, we'll get into that in a minute, but we're burning through coal, which does bad things for the environment, bad things for breathing. We had a spout of acid rain, which we don't have anymore. We had a hole in the ozone layer, which has been healed up, and that's all good. We don't have a problem with that anymore. But if you just look at the basics, which is we've changed the landscape of the planet. So instead of it just being desert, dirt, and forest, and ice, now you've got pavement.
You're so full of shit.
Concrete.
Yeah.
Cars. And all this stuff. Add to the fact that you've got satellites and gamma rays and X-rays and all this stuff that's all sending all these fucking weird signals and things all through the atmosphere. How can you have all of that where you've changed the landscape so dramatically? How can it not have a negative impact on the planet? Which brings the question B, how do they think that by changing our energy source alone would be enough to change anything, considering we're always going to be multiplying?
Here's where I am on this. Okay, you kind of stole my point from me in your exposition there. The ozone layer was going to be the death of us all.
Yes.
It was the worst thing that's ever happened in humankind, and then it just wasn't. Just one day it was fine.
Yes, it just sealed itself back up again.
And you quoted a couple of examples of that happening, and my mind partially wants to go there.
Yeah.
That climate change may go the way the ozone layer did.
Okay. Okay.
Which I'm starting to wonder, is it true? Will that actually happen?
But the deforestation, definitely, that's something we're not gonna get. We're not mitigating. That's done. We're screwed on that. But I don't think that's going to end mankind or destroy the planet. It's just going to be a lot harder to breathe. So yeah, your question, is it going to have, how can it not have a negative impact? Well, it can't. That's stupid to think it's not going to have a negative impact. Is it completely detrimental? No, I think we'll evolve. We'll evolve into something disgusting that breathes carbon or something, but I think we'll manage.
I don't know. how, like, in order for this to really work, like, here's the thing I don't get. Okay, so the people who work in these, in the mining for coal and for oil and all that shit, I understand everybody with them saying, you know, you can't eliminate oil because you can't. You just can't. There's not enough resources
I know.
yet to use something synthetic that's going to work as well as what oil does in such a large scale.
Exactly.
But what you can eliminate is you can eliminate hydro as being a need from water or from oil or coal.
Which and hydro also displaces massive numbers of people in India and places where these mega dams are being built. Getting rid of hydro would be definitely ideal. I'd say even before oil.
Solar and wind, like you already know you can do that.
Well, wind, I don't trust wind. It's unreliable. Solar, definitely.
Yeah, well, they're both just as unreliable. I mean, think of BC. You're fucked for fucking 4 months of the year.
Somewhat, but you would store enough in the good months to cover those months. That's the theory, anyway.
Well, I mean, that's the point, but if you eliminate the need for running how hydro works, you change how hydro runs. So hydro now we don't get hydro bill anymore. Now it's all free.
Right, and you're never going to convince anyone to do that, I don't think, especially because of the massive amounts of money we make selling hydro to, your area sells hydro to New York to avoid what you had in the early 2000s with that massive blackout that happened. BC sells power to California at a massive premium. We make a lot of money off our hydro.
Actually, no, we don't. The hydro we're selling down to California is the same as our selling the fucking oil to the Saudis. We're not making any money off that. We're actually losing money.
And,
we're selling it at such a low cost that we're almost to the point of losing money off of it. That's just the hydro to California.
Yeah, right, of course.
Yeah. Fuck everybody. Fuck the whole thing. If everybody, again, this is where the whole global idea comes in. If everybody runs off of solar and wind, you got certain areas that would run better off of wind than others. You got other areas that would run amazing off of solar than others on regular times. You have massive storage banks that can handle the backlog of solar needed.
Yeah, but the grid set up the way it is, we should be able to share. Like, that shouldn't be an issue that some areas better than others. Well, we just spread it out once we get it.
Why do we need to share? If everybody's using it, nobody needs to share. Everybody has enough.
Yeah, but I mean, like, say BC and Alberta, there's a discrepancy. Alberta doesn't get the winds because of the mountains or whatever. BC can give Alberta some of their power when they have it. Wouldn't that be ideal?
If they need it, why not?
Okay.
But on the same front, you can also run up, like, again, you look at this from a very simple point of view, which is like, you got the plains, right? You got that whole middle section of fucking Canada there.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got amazing storms that run through there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You can channel those storms and use it to your advantage.
Definitely, 100%.
You can get enough energy from any 2 or 3 of these storms to basically run you for half a fucking year.
Hey, I could get enough energy just off my roommate on a chilly night. That's another podcast.
That's probably very true.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have the infrastructure. That's a million years down the road. I can't jump on board with alternative energy yet.
Yeah, but I mean, it's nothing but it's not like you're talking about job loss. You're talking about job creation.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking in a job perspective. I'm just saying that it's not like we couldn't switch off oil and switch to wind and solar tomorrow. We don't have the infrastructure.
No, but we can start to build it.
I don't understand why we're not. if not just for a make work program. We should be putting that in place. That doesn't make sense to me that we're not doing that.
That's stupid.
It really is. We should, even though it's not there, we should be preparing for when it is. Unless the end game is to ultimately eliminate it as an option altogether. And someone much more intelligent than me already knows it's not an option, so they're not devoting to it. I can't really speak as educated as I would like on this subject because I'm really not. So everything I say is just conjecture at this point. But I would say there's a reason that I'm not getting that this isn't happening because, once again, just like most everything, it's so simple. And if it's this simple, then we should just be doing it.
But I think the only thing I see as being a form of a roadblock for this is the fact that, like, because, again, we're always going to need oil. You got, like, massive machineries that need to run off of this. You need cars that run until they change all cars to electric. Even then, you still need all your gaskets are made from fucking all the different parts of oil and your plastic. You know, there's still parts of stuff that's necessary for that industry to still run and still maintain.
The counterpoint would be now they can run on synthetic oil. Lots of cars do.
Yeah, but that's just cars. I mean, what about, like, machines and things that are made from oil products that you still need tires, as a perfect example.
Sure. You're right. You're never going to get rid of it.
No. So, knowing that you're never going to get rid of it, or if you do, it's going to be 500 to 1,000 years in the future, where at that stage you can do such a slow phase out that it's not going to affect workforce because there's always going to be other forms of energy that people can get into and can work at. I don't understand where's the fear.
Neither do I. And that's why I say there's got to be an answer that we're not being given because it makes too much sense not to be doing it. So there's got to be something else behind it. Something is stopping it. This is where the conspiracy theorist comes out in me. I don't believe in a lot of the crap that's out there, but I do believe that there's a certain group of people that knows a hell of a lot more than everybody else, and they're not telling us on purpose. I don't know who they are, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the fucking Fraggle Rock, I don't know.
Yeah, but see, I don't think it's them knowing more. I think a lot of this is just flat out based on, I have money invested in this is where I make my money, therefore we got to repress this other idea to come through. I think it's just that simple.
I shudder to think that I shudder to think that people smart enough to figure out the investment world are so dumb to think that obtusely. But you could be very right. And that hurts my head a little bit.
It's a little terrifying knowing that because, I mean, if you have a global conspiracy, let's take this concept of the New World Order, the whole planet running under one specific sort of government, one ideal government to run the whole planet.
One ring to rule them all.
Right? So let's use that as a basic idea. Okay, so you want to be a central government to run everything off of one basic idea. Okay, that's fine. But why does that all have to be based off of oil? Like, why can't it just change? Okay, look, oil is it's dirty, it's messy, and it causes damage. You get pipelines that burst, you get tankers that fucking fail and run ashore, you get all this shit that goes wrong and can go wrong that destroys the environment, which is bad for the human race.
Well, see,
we eliminate that part of it, and we focus more on the other points of the energy, running off of steam, running off of wind, running off of solar.
See, that's the thing.
You've created a marketplace that doesn't exist, which means you're talking millions of jobs around the planet.
Well, see, that's the problem.
Centralize these jobs. Yeah, but you centralize these jobs. There's your New World Order.
Yeah, but you're cramming 2 points into one there. Why is oil so valuable? Why is that? Because we made it that way. That's the only reason. Most commodities have no intrinsic value. Gold has no value. Gold is a shiny rock. We gave it value. Tomorrow we could say jelly beans have that value and gold doesn't. It doesn't change a fucking thing. Everyone invests in jelly beans instead of shiny rocks. It only has value because we say it does. There's no intrinsic value to it whatsoever. We could change it today, and it would mean nothing.
No, that's absolutely right.
The market, the markets, as they're fake. They don't exist. That's not a thing that matters. It only matters on paper, and it's the value of Canadian dollar to American dollar. That exists because we made it. There's no force that makes it that way. There's nothing that makes it more valuable than another. Some guys made that shit up.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So, why is oil so valuable to us? Because we fucking say it is. And the people who have it want to keep it, and the people who don't want to get rid of it. It's that fucking simple. Like, it's you could get a child to explain it, and it would make more sense than trying to overthink it as an adult, because it's stupid and fake. It's like trying to overthink the fucking tooth fairy.
Well, you know why diamonds are so expensive, right?
I would say just because of what I said. We say they are. They're not.
It would be because of the De Beers family.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They created that. The diamonds were starting to become worthless.
Yeah.
Until they started their campaign of saying diamonds are forever.
Well, I know a lot of girls you'd never convince this of, but it's a shiny rock.
Yeah.
We could say any rock is valuable.
And a lot of them are.
Girls saw shiny things and said, I want those. And we said, okay, well then they're worth a bunch of money. So ultimately, it's based on pussy somewhere along the line. We wanted to get shiny rocks so we could get laid. And that was worth it to us to spend money. That's probably how money was invented.
That seems about right.
So no, it has no value. It could be worthless tomorrow, and it would mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. And someone would have something else that was worth something, and everyone would throw their fake money at that. That's what bugs me about money and its importance, and people putting so much. It's worthless. Really, you'll know when you're on your deathbed, and your wife is dead, and your kids don't talk to you, and rich or poor, you all die alone.
That's it. And you can't take that shit with you.
It's,
as much as the pharaohs thought they could.
Yeah, and look at that. So a bunch of people could come dig up their graves 100 years later and take their shit.
And take all of it.
I helped a man throw out his entire life's worth because his wife had passed away, so he was moving out of his giant house into a little condo at 89 years old, and we spent 3 days just clearing his house and taking it to the dump. That's the value of all those things you buy in your life. At the end of your life, you get to watch 3 fucking bums come throw them out.
Yeah, pretty much.
To me, it makes no sense. I don't, and a lot of people disagree with me. I'll never get rid of money. I wish I could, but money is the oil of the everyday life. I guess we rely on it because we made it that way. Well, Romans did, I guess. Was it pre-Roman? It was pre-Roman, I assume.
Yeah, it's well, I think the Romans are what really made money what it was, because they were the ones that started banking.
Yeah, exactly. So let's blame them. Fucking Italian pricks. Actually, there's an Italian girl at my work I kind of love, so I'll take that back momentarily. Although she's not a big fan of them either, so no, you're pricks.
Fuck you, bitch.
We've gone so far off the beaten path here. The environment is a thing because we've said it is. It has been for the majority of my life, but I've seen, it goes right along with the food guide and the no swimming after you eat and these bullshit things that they make sense in a split second. If you get enough people to say them, they start to make sense. It's anti-vaxxing. It's flat earthers. We don't know. We don't know. There's no science one way or the other that can't be proved or disproved. It could be just like the ozone layer. Maybe tomorrow climate change goes away. We don't know. The greatest thinkers of the world don't know. We're going on our best assumptions.
Yes, it's an educated guess.
That's all it is.
That's it.
Just like when eggs were bad for you and you needed 15 meals a day and 8 glasses of water, which is retarded. How did that make any sense? Why do you need 8 glasses of water? Your body's 75% water. Use your fucking heads when people say this stupid shit to you.
It's very true, you know. Like, do we need water to survive? Yeah, we need to survive. Do you need to have 8 glasses a day? Well, sure, you need a minimum, I'm assuming, but we all know you can survive on a lot fucking less when you need to.
Oh, exactly. It's like people who think putting more mix in their drink takes away the alcohol. There's less alcohol if you put more mix. No, that's stupid. It's still getting the amount of that ounce of alcohol. That's because if you didn't, then fatter people who have more water in them wouldn't get as drunk, and that's not true. That's not how it works. Don't test that, fat people. I've seen you drunk. It's not pretty.
Bullshit, I'm gorgeous when I drink.
Yeah, you are. You are the exception to the rule. Second best looking guy on this podcast, god damn it.
Right.
No, we don't know.
Hey, number 2, motherfucker.
And number 2 is the first loser.
That's right.
I love Leonardo DiCaprio like a brother, but you don't know, buddy. I know you're devoted your life to thinking you do, but you don't, and you gotta just stop scaring people. So much, anyway.
Not only that, but I mean, if you're such a fucking douche about the whole thing, stop taking a jet everywhere.
Yeah, that too. Is that truth a little inconvenient, guys?
Is that gonna hurt? Yeah, well, fucking suck it up with a fucking fucking white. I don't fucking care.
I think a lot of the fear is what's driving the hesitation. And yes, I'm quoting Point Break on purpose.
It's an amazing movie.
Fear causes hesitation, and hesitation causes your worst fears to come true. I like that a lot. The fear, I think, is what's driving the desire to hoard rather than innovate. I think if we weren't so scared, we would be developing energy, but we think we don't have time, and we have to get rich and build a bunker because we're ruining the world. It's a self-perpetuating, a self-fulfilling prophecy. If we backed off on the we're all going to die if we don't do this, we might be more inclined to do it.
It's a pretty simple concept.
Because if I don't have to devote my time to saving my family, maybe I'll go build a fucking windmill. And power my house with it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I'm not so worried about everything, I'll take the time to explore other things. But right now, I don't have the time because we're all going to die.
It's such a narrow fucking way of thinking.
I think we need more narrow ways of thinking sometimes. I think...
Well, yeah. You can add 1 plus 1, you know, according to scientists, a fucking 100,000 different ways, but you're still going to get the answer of 1. Why make it more difficult?
Right. But, yeah. I don't know. I'm coming off not real smart-like tonight.
See, this is one of the problems I have with not smoking weed anymore.
You can't philosophize?
My brain's starting to work again, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, that ignorance is bliss. Never a truer statement has ever been said in life. Ignorance definitely is bliss. The more I know, the more I wish I didn't. I wish I could have smoked pot.
Check in the bathroom.
Just picked it up. I can tell you, I mean, when your biggest focus and thoughts in life is where am I going to order my fucking pizza from, and oh my god, those colors look awesome.
Hey, did that burrito just talk to me?
Right? You know what I mean? Like, you know, these are the massive concerns of fucking full-time pot smokers. You know, I mean, I get it. I've been there. I was there.
Oh, I understand. I've been associated with them a long, long time. I'm just the pothead who doesn't smoke weed.
Yeah.
But yeah, opening your mind, it definitely is painful, especially at our age. Which is possibly why a lot of people just put their head down and hope for the best, because it's too difficult to face the reality. But I think we need to stop saying we need a middle ground again. We're too far extreme on this, where we're either Al Gore or George Bush, and never the twain shall meet. So we're all, if we do it their way, we're gonna die. And both sides can say that, and then half the population gets scared, the other half gets stupid, and we have no solutions. No one's looking for a solution. We're just looking to be more right than the other party right now, and it's a waste of energy, and we're just spiraling toward devastation because of it. Funny you should bring this up tonight, Gord. This is the topic of my first blog, which is now available on our website. It's called Eric Writes a Blog Sometimes, and this is where you can read it. And it covers this very subject, that people need to start using their heads and making their own conclusions and plans based on their own conclusions that work for them, and we need to start solving problems, instead of turning to these people who don't know any more than we do. They just pretend they do, and they're telling us what to do with our lives. And if that means not smoking so much pot, sorry guys, maybe take a break. Put the bong down and read a book.
Or, take the bong up, smoke it, and then fucking read a book.
How many people are trying to turn a book into a bong right now? Seriously, send me an email, eric@gordon.com. I guarantee you someone just got confused and just made a bong out of a book, and they're going to just listen to our show and giggle? No.
I think that's the only thing I haven't made a bong out of so far.
Yet. Yeah, it's... So, to answer your question... Yeah, why not?
Oh, man. It's such a strange fucking time to be alive. There's just no getting around it.
Cause one and double in the back? Oh, cause the front... What's the difference between a dog? One and two at the back, I think.
I no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
It's just a question that me and a friend of mine came up with one time. What's the difference with a dog? Or no, it's what's the difference between a dog? And the answer is one and two in the back.
And how fucking high were you when you came up with that?
Well, that's not the point. It was our variation of the why is a duck thing.
Oh, man.
What's the difference between a dog? Yeah, check out my blog. It's good shit. It's comical and insightful and just says smarten up. It speaks to what Gord's saying, but just in a more personalized human manner. Forget all this, because at the end of the day, humans are what count to me. Sorry, Greenpeace. I love humans.
Yeah.
We need to start...
Animals are great. They taste lovely.
Definitely. You know what? My can of tuna might have a bunch of whale meat in it, and you know what? That's some good fucking whale, a dolphin, whatever happens to be in there. Delicious.
Yeah, kind of adds a nice little flavor to it.
Sorry, the Japanese give it to me cheap. I don't care. Love humans. We need to start using it. There's people who are actively ignoring the basic fundamentals of what we need to exist, and those retards are going to kill us. The paleo diet was a stupid idea. Those kind of people, they're going to die young, just like prehistoric man did.
Yeah, that's right.
prehistoric man was short and diseased and deformed and lived to be about 30. You want to have your paleo diet? That's what you can expect.
Yeah, that's what it's going to lead you to. Understand that.
Would a society of vegans survive very long? No. You're thin and weak and your skin's weird.
And you got a horrible fucking personality.
I wasn't going to say it, but thank you, Gordon. We need to start using our heads. Nobody's using their fucking brain. Dr. Google, it can't save you. It's good for a comfort, it's good for a laugh, but at the end of the day, use your own fucking head and figure it out. You can't trust the news, you can't trust Google. You have to just use common sense and figure out what do we need to survive. It's the same shit we've needed for the last 50,000 years. We don't need to change. Why do we think we need to change when we've been so successful this far?
I'm not going to argue this at all because there's no argument to it. It's absolutely correct.
50,000 years, nothing but forward movement. That's good shit. Let's keep it up. What the fuck is wrong with that? Why change now?
That's good shit. Oh my god.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'll say it. Maybe we are ruining the planet. It's ours to ruin. We took it over. Fuck it. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way. God damn it, stop scaring my children. It's,
yeah, I mean, it's...
We'll figure it out. We always do.
Yeah, it's true.
Or
eventually, everybody gets a solution.
Or it'll fix itself, like the ozone layer did. It just fixed itself one day. We don't know. That could happen.
I'd still, like, I mean, that's one of those things that I, like, was that, like, one of those phases of the global warming thing to try to unify the planet, and then all of a sudden it backfired? Is that what happened with that?
I think so, yeah. Because, let me ask you, worst case scenario, the Arctic melts, and the polar bears all move south. They don't give a fuck as long as there's salmon. What happens, really? The water gets a little higher, so the Arctic's fucking gone. Who's ever been there? Who gives a shit?
Even the fucking flat earthers haven't been there yet.
The North Pole's not a real pole. Santa doesn't actually live there. There's nothing there. It's ice. What the fuck is ice supposed to do? Melt. That's all ice does. Of course it's melting. That's what ice is supposed to do.
You're not wrong. Oh my god. Like, I love the concept of this thing. Like, if all the ice caps, everything, they all fucking melt, then the water level will rise by like 200 and something feet, or 2,000 feet, or something like that. And there's going to be this mass flooding, and the world as we know it's going to shrink in size and land mass because it's going to be all underwater.
I don't see it.
No, let's just say it's true. Okay, so what's the problem?
We all have floating houses.
We adapt. We turn into the movie fucking Waterworld.
I don't think we would. I think we would be far more successful than those idiots. Wow, why did they let the world get like that? There's floating homes and boats everywhere. Where were they in that movie? We all turn retarded because we get wet? No, we would put stadiums on fucking pontoons and float them out and live in them. We wouldn't just become retarded.
We already got houseboats, so I mean, really.
We've got a fucking space station. We have a station in space. For no reason, just other than to say we have one. But we can do that. We put little remote-controlled cars on Mars. Just for the fuck of it. Why not? Because we can. We can do shit. Why do we think we can't? Why do we think we're going to ruin everything and just all die one day?
Because that's what we're told.
We beat the bubonic plague. We beat smallpox. We beat everything that's ever tried to knock us down. Yeah, a few 100,000 of us go with it. Those are the weak and the dumb, and we want them to go. It's fine.
Yeah, it's feeding the herd. We're fine with that.
I don't understand this concept that, okay, the earth is getting hotter, so get some sunscreen and shut the fuck up.
I mean, I'm a ginger. I gotta survive on fucking sunscreen.
What the hell? We're all gonna be brown in 50 years anyway.
It'll just be like repeating history.
Maybe that's why white people are disappearing. Because the planet's getting hotter and we'll all die if it does. You think? Put two and two together. Makes sense. White people won't last if it gets much hotter. We wouldn't survive in Africa. We don't have the skin pigment to survive. That's something we lost as we moved to cooler areas. So now we need that pigment back, and it seems to be happening. So what the fuck's the problem? Everybody get back to work.
Everybody get back to work.
Yeah, we got floating stadiums to build, people.
And we need people to build that shit. So get the fucking work.
Maybe that is the arc story. We're all gonna live in floating shit one day. Maybe that's the point of that story, and we're just... If we gotta go biblical, here you go, Bible folks. I'm telling you what the Bible meant. The Arctic's gonna melt. Get a boat.
Start growing fucking wet beef.
All the other stuff was a metaphor. It's a book. You act like you haven't ever read another one that had some shit in it that was supposed to be interpreted. It's not the word of God, it's a fucking metaphor, you retards. Read a second book and then get back to that one. You'll figure it out.
It ain't that fucking difficult.
This is what I'm saying. Use your brain so I don't have to so much. But Gordon and I will save you. It's okay. Eric and Gordon 2019. It's just, it's painful to me that we've all taken the one side or the other, but if we do it their way, we're gonna die. No, we're not.
No, we really aren't.
We've got, we could attach wheels to a two-legged dog and give it a happy life. We can figure out fucking global warming.
Yeah, you're right.
Come up with a solution. It's not, we're not all gonna die. That's idiotic to think that way. That's maybe you want to, you freaks.
That's what I want.
No, you can, I got some nice coastal property I can sell you just before the final results are in. Yeah.
Only if it's in fucking Florida.
Water's going to rise, sure. But volcanoes make new islands every day, too.
Yes, they do.
And underwater volcanoes do that, so we still got that going for us. I don't see this Kevin Costner web feet thing happening anytime we have to worry about. The worst thing would be if Kevin Costner made another one of those movies. That might make me want to kill myself.
Because I don't want to have to. Because that's another one of those fucking movies where whenever it comes on, I'm like, I gotta watch this piece of shit.
Yeah. What the hell was Dennis Hopper doing? What happened to Dennis Hopper? You big giant disappointment of a man.
Yeah, we had so much fucking high hopes for him, and then all of a sudden, that.
How do you do that amazing performance in True Romance and fucking King Koopa in that god-awful Mario Brothers movie in the same career and still be able to look at yourself in the morning, you son of a bitch?
It's probably block.
Yeah, I guess so. He's not worrying about his echoey cell phone right now on his podcast.
No. Frick.
My God.
He should buy us some shit so we can not have these problems anymore.
I appreciate I know you're hoping for some scientific answers, Gord, but I think really the honest truth is we gotta step away from that and use our heads. That's what we used to do. We used to think and innovate. That's how we came up with all the cool shit we have now. And then now we have it all. We're getting retarded and thinking we can't think for ourselves. We still can. We're still the Isaac Newtons and Leonardo da Vinci's and all the amazing people. We still have those. We think it's something that existed in the past, and for some reason they don't anymore. They still do. Great artists, great thinkers, great musicians, great mathematicians. We don't just have to learn from the past. We can embrace the present. We have those minds today. It's not the past. Stop thinking that way. That there's this past and this future, and we're just these invalids that are wobbling in between the two somehow.
Sure fucking feels like it some days, though.
Absolutely it does. But they probably did to them, too. But one guy said, no, shut up. The Wright brothers said, shut up, we can do this. Maybe that's the Elon Musk. Maybe we should give that guy more credit than he gets. Yeah, he crashes a couple of Teslas every now and then. Maybe he's gonna change the fucking world. And why not let him? We're not doing anything right. Maybe these guys that are thinking outside of the box, maybe that's the whole point. Because people probably called Da Vinci a loon. People did say the Wright brothers were retarded, that we'd never fly.
Why would people need to fly? That's just dumb.
Exactly, right? And now we need to fly so that we can crash on islands and talk to volleyballs. That's
awesome fucking movie, by the way.
I agree. I don't know. We're not giving ourselves enough credit. We're giving politicians way too much credit, and they're trying to keep it that way.
Yeah.
If we woke up tomorrow and there was no money in the world, you know what we'd do? Feed each other and go to work and then go to bed.
I don't think we would. I would. If I wasn't getting paid, I wouldn't go to work. Fuck it.
Yeah, well, you're probably more right than I am on that one. But I'm saying the world doesn't stop spinning just because rich people aren't rich anymore. But they want us to think it will. And Reagan made us buy into this trickle-down bullshit that doesn't trickle down ever. And we all still think, if we keep the rich where they are, they'll carry us with them. We'll benefit in some way, but we got to keep them happy or they're going to take it all away. No! Reagan was wrong. Trickle down doesn't matter, and they don't care whether we live or die. They're liars. Look at Trudeau. He's the perfect example.
Speaking of fucking liars.
All he did was lie, and we fell for it. Stop listening to their goddamn lies. And we all know it, and we say it every year. Politicians just lie. Ask anybody on the street. 100% of people will tell you politicians lie.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck do we vote for them every 4 years?
That's supposed to be the definition of freedom.
We wouldn't let anyone else get away with that. Any other employee in any business, if they lied to you every time they came to work, you would fire them.
Yeah?
How is this? See? How simple? There are employees, and they come to work and they fucking lie every goddamn day, and it costs us a shit ton of money every day.
Yep.
Fire them! And don't hire them back!
I guess the question remains, but Eric, now you're talking about job loss, and we can't have that. That's why there's a lava lamp fucking bullshit going on.
Jobs that we are told we can't have. So good. Fire them and eliminate that job. What does that job provide? Nothing. It's time to act like the efficiency expert here. Does the job make money? No, in fact, it does nothing but cost us money. Then we don't want that job to exist.
Eliminate it.
Eliminate that job. You're a farmer now. Go farm something. What do? I lie and cost you money. Well, now you're a shepherd. Go tend to your sheep.
Your job is to hang off of this stick and scare the birds away.
I want meat and wool socks this winter. You're a shepherd now. Get a job. Easy.
Again, it sounds very simple.
The only people who want to convince you it's not simple are the people who are benefiting from us and making us suffer.
Yep.
It's the feudal system. It never changed. We learned that shit in the 8th grade. We think it changed because they make us believe we get shit from them, but we don't.
No, we really, really, really don't.
Universal healthcare isn't something the government provides. It's something that doctors and nurses and caregivers provide. Without government, we would still help our ailing friends. Fuck them.
Wait, we would help them or we would fuck them? Which one?
Ideally, both. But I'm saying government provides us nothing. This is stuff we can do on our own. Feed the poor. We don't need the government to tell us to do that. We see a hungry man, we give him a fucking sandwich. I see it happen every goddamn day. I don't need a politician to tell me that. And then charge me for it.
Oh, the only thing the government is good for is just wasting money.
Exactly. And they are our employees. If I had a company and I had a guy come to work and burn money every fucking day, I'd fire his ass in a heartbeat. Without thinking. And every good businessman would. Every bad businessman would. It's common fucking sense. Unless we apply it to hundreds of thousands of useless people across our country that are doing nothing but taking money from us.
So, the only solution is...
Vote Eric and Gordon.
Exactly.
I will reduce the number of government officials to 2. And then I will eliminate elections, and you'll all be appointed. But only 2. That'll be the government. 2. You ask Eric or you ask Gordon. And sometimes we'll confer.
I sure as hell won't have fucking hire a speechwriter.
Nope. We'll have free elections every year, and 2 people who run in those elections, Eric and Gordon.
Every single time.
You can vote for one or both of us.
That's like that Simpsons episode where you're gonna vote for the 2 aliens that came down to the 2-party system.
Exactly. You can vote for me or you can vote for Gordon. I will automatically hire Gordon as my vice president when I win. And vice versa.
We hire Eric as my vice president.
So you vote for whoever you think is best. Oh God! Now I'm making a joke clearly, but when you really go back and listen to this episode, and I hope it sounds better than I think it does in my head right now, because the point that's made here tonight is absolutely worth its weight in shiny rocks. It's not complicated, and they're keeping us hypnotized into thinking that it is.
I think that if you go into school, and one of the things you study in school is politics, I think that should be as useful as an art degree.
It should be.
Yeah.
And I shudder to go over the records of 98.7% of the politicians in this country and see what they have a degree in.
It's probably a lot of art degrees.
That's probably a lot of fucking Sprott Shaw Community College.
Yeah.
If your school advertises on TV, you shouldn't be running my country.
Agreed.
And
Schools should not have the money to have commercials.
no.
If you have the money to film a commercial, then your money isn't being allocated properly.
And those schools are crap, by the way. Just sorry, Sprott Shaw grads. I guess any education's good. I shouldn't say that. Go to Sprott Shaw if that's what you think. As long as you're reading.
Hang on though, but here's a question though: is education really a good thing?
Education. You have to define education. Is the current curriculum a good thing? No, it's a piece of shit. Is being educated how to walk in a straight line, fix your car, make a sandwich? That's. We need to get back to practical education. We got to bring back home ec. We got to bring back shop class. We got to bring back gym class. We got to bring back dodgeball. That's education.
Dodgeball is pure education.
That is education in its finest form, and that's why they've taken it away from us, because dodgeball made us smart, and they want us to be stupid.
Yep, I'd agree to that.
It made you agile and quick. That doesn't work for them. That's against their benefit, but we were quick. We knew to get out of the way of the fucking ball. Go out and huck a ball at a 5-year-old tomorrow. See how fast he moves.
He's not. He's going to stand there and get fucking hit by him and start crying to his mommy that somebody gets sued.
And I mean that in the... Yeah, I would love to see you pelt a 5-year-old with a ball. That would just be hilarious as shit. But... on the other hand, I mean it in a very pure scientific sense. We're getting slow and stupid because we're not educating ourselves with the things that we need to be educated on, which is move when the ball's coming at you.
I'm terrified that the movie WALL-E is going to come true.
Me too. That was the first graphic I ever used on this show.
Yep.
And maybe I'll bring it back just because you said that, because it's a cute picture. Great movie. Great movie.
Yeah.
I
think the people who watched that movie and didn't think it was a good movie are those that just don't get it.
And the people who made it are going, you see? I told you they wouldn't get it.
Yep.
Except for Eric and Gord.
Yep, we got it. We figured it out.
There are more of us out there, and our audience is dwindling, and I don't know why. You guys... Talk to your friends. They're not listening with you anymore, and it's we're on a steady decline, and I hope it's not something I did to offend you. Please email me if it is. But there's...
numbers have dropped?
yeah. Significantly.
No.
I know, right? I think... but the point I'm trying to get at right now is there's more people that think like this that just aren't voicing it. I think because it's easy for those of us who know what's going on to say, fuck it, they're not going to listen to me. They will. If enough of us say it, they'll listen. Speak your mind. Don't worry about it. There's no consequences to speaking your mind. There really isn't.
Unless you live in China.
Yeah, Chinese people don't do that yet. But sooner or later, they're going to have to let you.
Eventually. Unless if they become a superpower, then we'll all have to shut up.
Yeah, or we go back to overthrowing governments like we used to all the fucking time.
That's right.
Communism didn't fall from the outside. We didn't tear down that wall. They did.
That's right.
And that's what happens when enough people care and work together. So start caring about each other again. Start working together again. You'll live without your fucking Google Home and your Audi. You'll live. If you all don't have Audis tomorrow, you'll live.
Yep. You're going to discover talents you never knew you had.
And you're going to remember what life was like when you were poor, because nobody's born rich, really. If you got royalty, somebody worked for that money. maybe if we got rid of it, we'd all realize we're great and German cars are uncomfortable. Like, people don't know that because you're born and raised to think you need a German car. No, they're uncomfortable as shit, and their oil filters are expensive. It's a stupid thing.
Yeah.
Why do you buy these fucking prestige vehicles? They all suck. They're all uncomfortable and terrible to drive. But people drive them, oh, look at my fucking Cadillac. No, Cadillacs were shit. They leaked the day you bought them.
There's only one fucking high-end car that I would truly, I mean, like, I've always wanted a Lamborghini, I'll admit it. But there's only one true high-end car when it comes down to anything that I would buy for practicality and luxury, which is a Bentley.
The Chevy Aztec.
No, fuck that.
Sorry.
Somebody would tell me to go buy a fucking cube car. No fucking thank you.
Subaru. Yeah, why didn't that catch on?
Gee, I fucking wonder. It's everything that goes against aerodynamics in a fucking box.
Hey, what would happen if we made a smart car stupid?
We have a fucking Pinto.
It's the cube car, idiots. Oh God.
Right.
I'm
I think we hit a limit.
I'm very satisfied with who I am right now. I want people to start thinking like me. Will you be homeless and poor? Probably. Will you be happier? Damn straight.
Yep. I find that the less you... Well, they always say it. The less you have, the happier you are.
Right? Henry in the movie Blow said it best. Like, when he's talking about money, and he says, you know, when I had it, it wasn't as good as I thought it would be, and when I lost it, it didn't matter, kind of thing. That's a bad rendition of that quote, but...
Yeah, I don't think you got that at all, but yeah, no, basic ideas there.
Yeah, exactly. No, fuck you, Johnny Depp. Go make another pirate movie, dick. I wouldn't believe it. What the fuck is a fugazi? That's Lefty in Donnie Brasco puts this whole philosophy into perspective in that scene. He goes, what the fuck is a fugazi? And he goes, it's like a fake diamond. Why don't you just say fake diamond, Donnie? Booyah!
It's true.
That's my whole philosophy in a nutshell. Just say fake diamond, Donnie.
I really need to rewatch that fucking movie again. I haven't seen it.
Don't make something it isn't, right? Just say
I
fake...
think that's like the only movie I don't own right now.
Well, you should. That should be on the top of your list.
I'm going to make a point of when I'm getting that movie.
And Chocolat. That was a shaka long, shaka boring, and I shaka want my money back.
You know, Johnny Depp's come out with some great quotes in movies, such as, are you a Mexican or a Mexican?
Right.
That's a great line.
That is a great line.
Oh.
Johnny Depp does good movies. I don't know if he's a good person. I don't care.
No, I don't either.
And the pirate thing, I was lost on me. The first one I thought was really enjoyable, and then I don't care. I'm that way. Sorry, I'm that way with movies. Really, a sequel maybe to tie up some loose ends might be necessary. 17 sequels to sell toys. You lost me.
Yeah, no.
With the exception of Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky's one of the only ones that actually fucking did it right.
And hopefully they continue that legacy with Creed. I don't think so, but it would be cool.
No, they can't get anything right nowadays.
Well, Creed was good. Creed was a great movie.
I never saw it.
It's basically Rocky, but it's about Apollo Creed's kid.
Yeah. No, I get what the movie's about. I just never saw it, never cared.
Yeah, they made 2 of those too, and I think they're going to keep going. I hope they do. I don't know. Rocky, see, Stallone is a guy I would have in my cabinet if I became prime minister. I would ask Stallone to come be part of my government. He's a good man. He does good things.
I agree. Yeah.
He wrote and directed Rocky because no one would do it for him.
Yeah. Didn't he write Rambo or no?
I don't think anyone really wrote Rambo. I'm not sure that it had a script per se. Yeah, I think you might be right.
He wasn't supposed. The whole point of the movie was to have him not have very many lines at all.
Right.
And then he's like, no, I think Rambo needs to have one big speech that he does to explain the whole point of what he's going through. And then they gave him that one fucking speech, and it was like the most epic fucking scene in that whole movie.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big Stallone fan. Sorry, I know this is so far off topic and I went kind of silly there, but yeah, I'm a big Stallone fan.
Yeah, I agree.
I
mean, he's the only guy who came from porn, for Christ's sakes, and made a fucking massive name for himself. Well done, sir.
He makes good movie. I'll forgive Oscar.
Oh, man.
You know what he did with Oscar? He put Marissa Tomei in it. You got a shitty movie you want good? Throw Marissa Tomei in it somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll go to the theater to see it.
Oh, man. I think we hit a wall here. I'm fucking tired. I gotta go to bed.
Believe it or not, that went quickly, but it was well over an hour.
Yep.
Sleep well and have good dreams. We're not all going to die. Remember that.
Or maybe we will. Who knows?
Yeah, fuck it. If we do, who's going to know?
Yeah, fuck it.
We're all going together, people.
That's right.
So, knowing that, take care of each other.
Fuck Trudeau. I don't know.
He didn't deserve that one tonight. Good stuff.
Oh, man.
This song's not playing. Goodbye, everybody.